You are the least helpful dog, but I love you. Hi. Wow. So I'm recording this on March 19th, 2020. I had to take a long hiatus because I was sick. I was in quarantine. Stop. And now here we are, self-distancing. And some of us have been in quarantine, maybe. Anyway, and I apologize, I'm going to cough for this. So, yeah. I did move to Idaho. I think I did a couple videos since then, walk through a couple tarot decks, talk about things. Gurr, I don't know if you can see Gurr on the camera here, sitting here beside me. He is my social butterfly, so. The other dog is, my little introvert is sitting on the floor over there, just, as long as she's in the room, that's all she cares about. Yeah, so I moved. I decided to take a break from recording in December, though I did record 2 videos, which you're never going to see. And I'll explain why. But because I was traveling. I went to Chicago for work, for a Christmas party. I went home for Christmas, spent it with my family, my daughter and my grandmother, and my aunts and uncles and cousins. And all that was a pretty good time. Drove home, picked up the dogs, everything was going good. And Saturday after Christmas, I fell asleep, woke up coughing. And at first I just felt like I had a really bad chest cold. I didn't really have a runny nose or anything. So that was fine. It was trying to do things and thought I was getting better at one point. And yeah, I ended up with whooping cough. And I'm going to continue to cough because it's not something you just get over. Yeah, so the nurse practitioner who diagnosed me told me that he was not going to run any tests and that he wasn't going to officially diagnose me, so that's been a barrier for further treatment. But basically I was sent home with cough medicine and stuff that didn't really do any good. I couldn't breathe at all. When I finally went into the doctor, I could only take some very shallow breaths. My heart was racing and my blood pressure was up, and it's been pretty horrible. And I have a whole blog post about it, if you want to go read that. And I had to I'm gonna try to cut some of these out. I had to self-quarantine for 3 weeks until I finished the antibiotics. The antibiotics, after I could breathe mostly again. However, I just had this horrible, debilitating cough. And it's well, I do sound better for the most part. The more I talk, the worse it is. So let's talk about get to know your TarotTuber. So I've already forgotten, and I was going to write it on my little slate, and I forgot who started this. It might have been Simon, the Hermit's Cave. I will link it down below because yeah, it has to have been Simon. Pretty sure it was Simon at Hermit's Cave. I've watched a lot of these since it came out, since I'm so behind. So we'll start with A for age. I am 43 and I'll be 44 this year. Yeah. Let's see, book for B. I read a lot of books. I can't say I have an absolute favorite completely, but I can name favorites. And I'm not so good with authors, so you'll have to forgive me. Vampires with a $sign. There was a horrible movie made out of it. John Carpenter's Vampires, which followed the basic story but totally lost the feel of the book. But the book is absolutely one of the best written books I have ever read. If you want to read fiction perfection, Vampires with a $. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the author. When I put this up, I'll try to put it down at the bottom. Naomi Novik. While she did write the Temeraire books, they were not my favorite. I didn't really like them, even though they were dragons on the high seas. However, her fairy tale books, Uprooted and Spinning Silver, are excellent and some of my most favorite books. Just about anything by Robin McKinley, again, a reteller of fairy tales, especially Beauty and the Beast. She's retold that one several times, but her other retellings of Sleeping Beauty, Deerskin, Sunshine, her vampire book, oh my gosh, she's just one of my favorite authors. Jacqueline Carey, absolutely, she wrote the series of books. It's 2 books called the Baneraker series, about, it's basically Lord of the Rings from the eye of the bad guys. And it is the most heart-wrenching, wonderful book, or set of books. There's 2 in this series, but I read it as a single book in an omnibus called Baneraker. That is one of my absolutely favorite books ever. Terry Brooks, his Shannara books, I love all of them. From the beginning to the end, I love all of them, and I will fight you for it. I've even played the video games and watched the show. The show was okay. The show was a bit more in your face for kind of what it was about. And it's the actual Shannara. Like, I didn't really like, I mean, I loved Magic for Sale Sold. But his Night in the Woods, which everything is connected. All his books are connected. All his worlds are connected. But really, the straight up Shannara books are my favorite. Especially the main series after the 3 original books, so the Scions of Shannara. Those are definitely some of my favorite. That's what I would say when I talk about favorite books. Career as a kid and now. So my grandmother was cleaning out her stuff, and she sent back all the letters we all ever wrote to her in little packets, which was actually kind of fun. She didn't want to throw them out, but it was also kind of fun to read what we wrote and everything. One of them is I was talking about what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I wanted to work with computers, I wanted to write, and I wanted to go to the moon. The only one I haven't done is go to the moon. So currently I tell people I'm an email developer, which I am, for the most part. However, I do most stuff on the back end. So I'm a solutions consultant currently. I work mostly with Salesforce Marketing Cloud. I am responsible for some of the spam emails that you get from companies. We say that they're not spam, but they're totally spam. But I love it. I love coding. I love creating little stuff. I'm always trying to learn more. I'm trying to work on learning Python this year. So we'll see how that goes. And then as a writer, I am a writer. I have a few published stories. I have 2 short stories that I have out, hoping that 2 markets will pick up. I'm currently shopping around a novel. I am working on a 2nd novel. I'm revising it. I have a 3rd novel that I've written that I also want to revise. I have the 4th one. They're like connected series, but I'm hoping that you can read them standalone because that seems to sell more. They're adult fantasy. I'm not sure what time. I watch a lot of booktuber stuff, AuthorTube stuff, but it feels kind of weird to like do that. I don't know if people want you to talk about. I don't know, but I love to write. I write all the time, and I'm addicted to it. One of my goals was to write 1,000 words a day, which I have done, and at least 1 short story a week, which I have failed miserably at. Because especially since 3 weeks, quite a few weeks actually, out of this year, I've just lain there trying to breathe with the television on in the background or a book. Dream. I guess my dream would be to be able to make a living at writing and just doing what I want Not have to worry about anything. That's always a dream. The most essential item. I try to think what I can't live without. And honestly, while I love my stuff and I love having stuff, especially more recently, I've definitely centered and drilled down to what I actually need. But if I absolutely didn't have it anymore, I would be super sad. And that would be some kind of humidifier. And that's not just now, like I've been dependent on a humidifier for a long time. But especially now I'm running them 24/7 in every room of my house. Just trying to breathe. Now to tarot stuff. Favorite RWS. So this is easy. I don't like the RWS very much. But I do have a favorite. And one that I do read with, that I do love to read with. So I was never attracted to the art. And I started with a different deck. I got other decks before I even got one. I eventually ended up with a giant RWS for study. When I really started studying tarot. And I've picked up others. I plan to do an RWS video at some point. Why not? And Winnie is lost. She would like me to come and cater to her whims. Here she goes. Winnie. But my absolute favorite, and I didn't think I'd ever have a favorite, which I've heard that this was originally the Dirty Pam, as some tarot tubers call it. I'm not sure though. But the Radiant Wise Spirit. I have it in my current carry-on bag with my Bloodstone amulet, Enlightened as Fuck, which I got from on another video from Awakening the Box. It's one of my most favorite things I ever got from them. But yeah, the Radiant Wise Spirit, Rider Waite Smith deck, the backs. I didn't, I have the Universal, a few versions of it, which I've always liked, but again, I wasn't completely enamored with. I got the Crackle one, the CS one from Make Playing Cards when it was available. I got it on linen. That was probably a mistake. I might go back and see if I can still get it on smooth. I'm sure I have other RWS if I think about... Oh, I have the Centennial. I have a miniature version of that and the Universal. That might be it. Sorry, most of my tarot decks are here. Or most of the ones in nice boxes, or the ones that I read with on a regular basis. But I mean, I don't know. It's just the dark colors, the things. There's some things I don't like as much. Some things kind of look a little bit too puffy. I think the Eight of Wands. I'm not going to spend time looking for it, but I couldn't believe I loved this deck. Like, this made the art something I like. Oh, like, here's the Ace of Cups. I love it. I love the backs. That's the other thing. I hate when you love a deck and it's great and the backs kind of suck. I really don't want to, like, do the backs. I know Boho Tarot, she has a lot of videos on backing your own deck. I don't want to back my own decks. G, gold or silver? When I was younger, it would definitely have been silver. But in recent years, I have found I like gold and sepia tones, things of that nature. So yeah, height, I'm 5'3". I might have shrunk half an inch. I might be shrinking. It happens. Ideal day. An ideal day is where, for me, where everything I want to do, I get to do. And that usually includes some time with friends where we just get to talk and enjoy each other's company, have a fun game, where I get to read, maybe play a game of some sort, where I get some writing done, where I get some study, some tarot time. If I get to do all the little things that I like to do in a day, I get to do them all, and everything goes smoothly and none of my plans fail. Today is not that day. I'll tell you, today has been miserable for the most part. The introvert dog, who is debating on whether or not she should knock over my tripod right now, is, don't knock over, no. Oh, she missed it. She exploded this morning. I heard him. She exploded this morning over my bed. So my bed is newly made. Yes, I just haphazardly throw blankets when I make it. It actually has a blanket on it and a cover, and then I throw a bunch of other blankets on it. I know, it's a mess. Joke funniest. I thought about this one. I kind of like sarcastic humor. Something I just don't find funny. The one that's going around, the meme that's going around now, where it's Wesley from Star Trek, and he's going, Captain, why are there no handles on the door? And Captain Carson goes, well, Wesley, it's time I told you about the year 2020. You go, smoke. That's the kind of humor I like. Silly, crazy things. I don't know. Kids. I have one kid. She is 19 years old. She'll be 20 this year. She's in college. Works 2 to 3 jobs, depending. She does some gig stuff on the side. I love her to death. And I'm very proud of her. She wants to be a baker, and she makes very delicious cupcakes. Living arrangements. I live in an apartment. I just moved to Idaho Falls, and I got in a brand new, meaning I'm the first person to ever live here, apartment. It is a single floor duplex. It's a duplex. 1 bedroom, all brand new. It's kind of tiny. It just has a living room, a kitchen, a bathroom, washroom, and my bedroom. It does have a garage. You can't get that in Colorado. Apartment with a garage. It has a garage, driveway, a little lawn, and my dog just hit the tripod. I'm gonna try to move the pod in the back. Okay. Yeah, and a little tree in it. I love it. It's like living in a house. Has your own space. Yeah, so that's where I am right now. Marseille. I don't like the Marseille. Don't hate me. I don't like reading with it. I don't like how it looks. I don't. Okay, well, apparently my camera disagrees with me on the Marseille because it turned off. Not because I'm low on battery. It just did. There's a timer. I thought I turned off the timer. I gotta figure that out. Hers here. Okay, so I was on the Marseille. I don't own a Marseille. I don't like the primary colors. The only 2 pip decks I can remember that I even have off the top of the head are the Merlin and the 13 Tarot. I did a walk through the 13 and you saw I was missing a card, and I had to go through a whole bunch of things to get new ones, and then I had to deal with fakes, but I didn't have a fake, which was good. I just was missing a card, but I got it replaced. I really like it. I don't know if I'll read with it yet, but it's not a Marseille. A lot of people seem to like Marseille. I know there's been a lot more books written about it in recent years and modern interpretations. Just doesn't float my boat. So, nicknames. I hate the Beatles song, and I even wouldn't listen to the Beatles at all for most of my life. I now will listen to some of their songs. But for the majority of my life, I would not, because they made my life a living hell. I hate that song. Do not sing it to me. I dislike it. But everybody does. People who forget my name tend to call me Melissa. I usually ignore them, and they wonder why they're screaming Melissa, and I don't even look at them. I hear that people called Melissa are often called Michelle. I don't know why that is. Mitch, I was called Mitch a lot from 5th grade on through high school. Norton, and a lot of professional things I tend to be called Norton. And it just happens. So next, Oracle. My all-time favorite Oracle is the Druid Animal Oracle. I love this. This is my favorite Oracle deck. Here's the Eagle card, which I just put my fingers over so you can't see. Try it again, Eagle. The Hare. I've loved these forever. I've had this deck forever, and I know that they've re-released it with that all-in thing, which comes in the Druid Plan article, which I have a copy now, but I have the one with the original cloth. I would buy it again if they added more cards, but I'm pretty sure they haven't. Salmon. Hawk. Did I show you the hawk? I don't remember now. I showed you the eagle. What's next? My passion. I have diverse passions. I tend to have very scattered. I love books. I used to just keep books to keep them, regardless of how much I hated them or didn't like them. I finally, probably about 7 years ago, finally could make the decision to part with the books I didn't like. And then I started parting with the books I knew I would never read again and found only minimal value in. And started moving to ebooks. And then finally only keeping the books that I absolutely love, which are not as many as you'd think. But I still love reading them, and I will read them, and I love reading them. I have taken all my extra books I fill up little libraries with. I always buy books and more books. That's never going to change. And there's some books I like to have as hard copies, others that I don't mind having digital and would rather have digital. But yeah. Books, writing. Very passionate about writing and how to write and the craft of writing. So much that I love critiquing, and I like other people to critique my work, and I like discussing writing, and I want to find more people here who can do that, and hopefully I'll one, hopefully we'll find more, and hopefully we'll be able to continue when this is all over. Video games, I love gaming. I'm not, I admit, I'm not into the nitty gritty that a lot of people are. I just want to have fun. I just want to improvise and have a good time. And then tarot. I am addicted. I will tell the first person to say it. I am totally addicted to tarot and cards and things of that nature. My dogs. I love having dogs so much. I've had cats and I loved my cats. And I'd get a cat again. But there's something about dogs. Social justice worrying, I guess it's called now. Very passionate about that. There's certain things I can't deal with. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm also very passionate about fixing our medical system, which drives me absolutely bonkers. And I will set anybody straight, and I will argue people for Medicare for all for forever. So just beware of that. As someone who suffers from chronic disease, and the diseases keep piling on. My favorite quote. Life isn't so bad. And I'm going to get this wrong. It's paraphrasing. Life isn't so bad. There are always cats and pants. And it came from... Where did it come from? It was Satchel Pooch and the cat. And they were crazy. I loved that comic. And that has stuck in my head. There's always cats and pants. Nothing is so bad because there are always cats and pants. And... I have the comic somewhere and I don't even know where it is. But that stuck in me. I actually had it engraved on an iPod once. Unfortunately, my dad dropped it into a lake by accident. Relationship status. I am single. Season, winter. Tarot, first and last. My first tarot deck was the Hanson Roberts. And I have it here. I have this little box. And it's in this little organza bag. And it's a little deck. Back when there were more little tarot decks. The Hanson Roberts. I love it. I tried to get a replacement and it was paper. It's like a paper facsimile. It sucks. I might try again to get a nice card. I know they have a mini version. I gave my daughter a copy of the mini version. I actually bought it when she was born. And kept it for her until she got older. But that's my first deck. My last, as in the latest, because I have decks everywhere, but the latest is the Hush Tarot. Oh. Hi, it's me from the future. I'm breaking in really quick because I bought the Hush Tarot and then I bought another deck. I mean, none of my Kickstarters are going to get here for forever now, even though they're not coming anyway to the fall pretty much. because of everything. It's only about a week in the future-ish. Anyway, but I got another deck, and I have to share really quick because it is amazing. It is the Spirit Keepers Vitruvian Edition Tarot Tiles. Oh my gosh, these come from a collaboration with Annabelle Wen and Jamie Sawyer. And I don't need that. They're very reflective. But they are beautiful. So technically this is, by the time I'm posting this, this is my latest deck. It comes in this wonderful box. Yay. So, just a me from the future thing. Back to it. Tarot. What's next? Upset. What makes me upset? Stupidity. Vlog. Am I proud of? I didn't really understand. Everybody had different stuff on this. I'm proud that I started. Weakness. Soda. X-rated. Oh, I don't want to tell anything I'd get in trouble for. And I thought of something, and I don't remember what I was going to say. I don't really know what to say about that. I'm going to skip it. X-rated. I have some weird tarot decks that are definitely X-rated. Favorite year. 2017 was a pretty good year. Things went really well for me. I got better for a little while. As far as my chronic issues go. I met a guy and had a great 2 years with him. 3 technically, if you realize we were kind of together this last year. Did really well at my job. Things were really looking up. I was kind of rocking it. I got stuff paid off. But I don't know. I haven't had a lot of I mostly remember that because so many people were having such a bad year because of obvious horrible political reasons. And I felt really bad that things were going well for me for the most part. But things have been tough, so I don't know. And what's my zen? My zen is a comfortable bed and a good book. And beautiful smells around me. I'm a very smell-oriented person. That's mostly why I use essential oils. That's it. That's all of them. I'm gonna hit the button, my little thing, and clear it off. Yeah. So this was fun. So hopefully I'll get this edited and up fairly quickly. I'm hoping this weekend. We'll see. Stay safe. You know, you've seen me. I'm really bad about touching my face. Right now, here I go. I know I'm bad. Wash your hands. Do wash them a million times a day. Try to not cough in your hand, cough in your sleeves and arms. Don't touch your elbows, that's weird. This whole thing. And we don't know which way it's gonna go. We're just kind of teetering on that ledge. Well, I hope everyone's doing well, and hopefully we can do more soon. So yeah, I am going to try really hard to get it up a video a week right now, and we'll see where it goes from there. Thank you all for listening, and I hope people see. I hope that I was starting to kind of build people, and that kind of went down. But yeah, I'll post this up there this week, and we'll see where we go. I've got a few more VRs to do, like I said, more tarot stuff, and we'll see where we go. Thank you.